Hi everybody, and welcome to C is for Crone in the Crone kitchen here. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the nasturtium flowers I picked and putting them on this dehydrator plate because it's time to get back at that with the colder weather moving in. And I'm putting them on here so that I can have these petals for spices later in the fall and into winter. That one's not very good. Hey, Morgana, you don't want that one. You don't want that. But anyways, because they have a peppery taste and they're edible. So yeah, nasturtium flowers and their seeds. I wouldn't use the seeds from the commercial packets because potentially they've been sprayed with a chemical. And apparently my helper is Morgana today. Sweetie, you make a really good door, but not a really good window. Come on, baby. Their food used to be right over behind where my hand is pointing. So, and they go up on top of the fridge right there. So I spent a lot of time washing countertops off because of pussycats. But anyways, yeah, nasturtium is good for eating. I'm not sure if they like full of being bright orange like this, what vitamins they're full of, but they definitely can be used for eating. Oh, apparently that was the last tray. So, got a bunch of carrot tops in the other one, so we'll just lump these in there. It just takes a little bit longer to dry is all. But I thought I had another tray, so I definitely can get all of these in here. But yes, I planted, this is the first real harvest, that I've had all summer. There we go. Spread this corner out just a little bit. There we go. Pausing. Here is our dehydrator setup. And yes, that is Morgana up where she's not supposed to be. Let's see. Temperature. And annoying, can't hold it down, so you have to do this. I want it about 150, because you can do up to 158, but 150 with all those carrot tops in here. And I can hold this one down because you can do, this one will do up to 48 hours. 2, 3, whoops, 8, yeah. We'll go for 9. We'll do the 9 hours. And there you can hear the little fan going. And now we are going to tell Morgana, get off the island. But yeah, so there's the nasturtiums looking all pretty. Nasturtium heads looking all pretty in the dehydrator with a bunch of carrot tops. Carrot tops smell and kind of taste very like parsley. And I have some from before that I've done before and got in my plastic bag here. Excuse me. And there it is, all dried out in there. In that bowl I've got some dandelion leaves. Fresh dandelion can be used for salads. The root can be used, the flowers can be used, the leaves can be used. So it's just about the stems are the only thing that can't be used. But yeah, you get a very, with nasturtiums, you get a very peppery taste to them. If you grow your own, the seeds can be used to be ground up in like a pepper grinder, and you can use them as pepper. I'm going to pause here for just a second. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm sure there are other books that sit there and tell what else the uses are for nasturtiums. If you've got something that you use nasturtiums for, wow, my book doesn't have nasturtiums in it. Isn't that interesting? I thought for sure it would have something in it, you know, with everything that is in here, that Lexa would have had something in here about nasturtiums. LMN nail narcissus. Nope, no nasturtiums. So in my book, go in my other phone because we're on my laptop here. Okay, down here, find the internet. And nasturtium, T-I-U-M, meaning. Okay. It says it's a South American trailing plant with round leaves and bright orange, yellow, or red edible flowers that is widely grown as an ornamental. Okay. Okay. We'll type in spell meaning and see what it comes up. And there we go. As for the symbolism behind, according to the internet here, the meaning of nasturtiums from blogexoticflowers.com. The symbolism behind nasturtiums, the blossom is known for meaning patriotism and conquest. We're not sure why exactly, but the flower has strong ties to combat and war, perhaps because of its shocking color of orange and red, or maybe because the shape of the foliage represents the appearance of a shield. Okay, there's is it safe to eat nasturtium leaves? Nasturtium is an annual that you can grow for pretty foliage, climbing cover, and pretty flowers, but it can also be eaten. Both the flowers and leaves of the nasturtium are tasty, eaten raw and fresh. Oh, interesting. I did not know the leaves. For that, nasturtiums, good for the garden. Plants that attract beneficial insects, repel pests, and otherwise increase crop productivity are called companion plants. Nasturtiums are a great companion plant for vegetables and roses. Nasturtiums are also a favorite of aphids and can be used as a sacrificial crop to protect more valuable plants. Oh, I didn't know that either. Just looking in here. Let's just go back to nasturtium spells and see what we have. Okay, I think I found something that's appropriate. for in here. It's on a page called aminoapps.com, The Witches United. The author is Earth Mother. Plant nasturtiums in your garden and they will help you find and stay on your path. I adore these little guys. They are so bright and cheerful with flowers that are cream, crimson, orange, red, and yellow. They will grow anywhere and they bring the bees to the garden. They are also wonderful companion plants, especially in the vegetable garden. Grow them with pumpkins, melons, cucumbers, cabbages, broccoli, and radishes. The nasturtiums will protect them from pests. Well, they haven't protected my turnips over much from pests, but I do have them over with my butternut squash. You can also use the leaves in an infusion and spray the plants and it will kill the pests, especially aphids. Nasturtiums in cooking. These little guys are delicious with their peppery, spicy flavor. The flower leaves and the seed pods are edible. I like to use the flowers and seeds in my salads and sometimes just as a garnish on a cracker. The flowers are also really nice stuffed and also fried in a beer batter. You can pickle the seeds in white vinegar. They taste similar to a caper. And you can also use them as a substitute to pepper. Here is a favorite recipe. Oh, she's got one. I'll read that really quickly. Stuffed nasturtium. Ingredients: 12 nasturtium flowers or more, depending on the size of the flower. 8 ounces of cream cheese, or 225 grams. 1 small can of drained crushed pineapple. 1/4 cup of chopped pecan or walnuts. Create your mixture. In a bowl, mix together all of the ingredients above. Now create a ball of the ingredients and carefully place into the center of the flour. Gently pull the petals upwards to cover the cheese as much as you can and press lightly to stick to the cheese. They are now ready to go. You can add any variety of flavors to the cream cheese base. Herbs, garlic, anything lemon, whether it's zest or an herb like lemon, thyme, etc. The sky's the limit. Nasturtiums in herbalism. Nasturtiums are antibacterial, antifungicide, and antibiotic. They are an expectorant and disinfectant. Clears out mucus conditions, bronchitis, respiratory infections, and relieve chest conditions. Relieves infections both internally and externally. Exceptionally good for disinfecting wounds and cuts, and also heals ailments of the urinary tract and as a depurative, purifying and detoxing the body. Crush the plant, apply the juice directly onto the wound and reduce inflammation. Chew a couple of leaves when you start to get a cold and stop that cold in its tracks. Beneficial for curing yeast and fungal infection. Can alleviate muscle aches and pains. Nasturtiums are also high in vitamin C. Nasturtiums in magical practice. So yes, this page is actually quite helpful. Astrological planet is Neptune. The element is air and fire. Magical attributes is aspiration, banishing, clearing, energy, creativity, ethics, festivity, freedom, independence, protection, spiritual, strong beliefs, strength and purity. Dried leaves can be made into an incense used to cleanse your home and raise the spiritual vibrations. Add the dried flowers to other incenses to add strength and purity, or in blends for festivities to lift the vibration. Use in a magical potpourri, and nasturtium flowers will help you invite magic into your life. Folk remedy. Use nasturtium to stimulate hair growth. Use a liquid infusion and apply to the hair and scalp. For a cleansing bath, use a tea infusion of the leaves and bathe normally. These little beauties are definitely, in my books, one of the Mother Nature's most beneficial herbs. I hope you enjoy reading this post. I did. Some of the resources that was used was the Complete Illustrated Encyclopedia of Magical Plants by Susan Gregg, The Holistic Herbal by David Hoffman, Companion Gardening in New Zealand by Judith Collins, Let the Garden Go by Cheryl Maddox, yeah. So that was actually kind of cool. And I think I will take my book here, haha, and my pen, and write this down, because this is not the phone that I use for much, and I would like to find it for on my computer, on my laptop. So aminoapps.com, and it's the Witches United is where I got, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, the Witches United is where I got that, all that information from. So I learned something today about nasturtiums. I just started planting them because they were pretty. I liked them, and then my mother said that they were edible and they taste peppery, so I try to include them in my garden. I didn't realize that they had such a beneficial use in the garden. Definitely will be planting more next year for sure, and definitely now is the time to be collecting as much as I can, because I didn't get very much. It was just a weird growing year this season. So nasturtiums, our friend for all sorts of things. Good for the body, good for the mind, and good for the spirit. Talk at you later. Bye.